Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're taking some pretty heavy clinical data and turning it into actionable health strategies so you can finally get some relief. We're decoding a symptom we all know way too well, transforming the actual science of the cough into a clear clinical roadmap. Let's get started.
Okay, so let's dive right into this by asking the one incredibly frustrating question that is likely keeping you or maybe someone you love awake at night. Why won't this cough go away? I mean, you've tried the tea, you've taken days off work, and yet that persistent hack just lingers. It's exhausting, right? It's annoying, and it literally disrupts every part of your day. But before we can actually banish it, we really need to understand exactly what your body is trying to accomplish.
Here's the thing. A cough isn't your enemy. Actually, scratch that, it's more like your biological bodyguard. It's a forceful reflex of air, meticulously engineered by your respiratory system to clear out irritants, excess mucus, and harmful germs. When a foreign invader sneaks into your airways, your body essentially sounds a massive alarm and physically pushes that invader right out.
All right, Section 1, the medical detective, diagnosing your cough.
So, our absolute first major clue in this whole investigation is figuring out if you're experiencing a scratchy dry cough or a heavy wet one. A dry cough, which doctors call non-productive, usually just feels like this annoying tickle in the back of your throat with absolutely no mucus. But a wet cough, that one is productive. It sounds super heavy, and it's literally working to clear fluid and phlegm out of your lungs. Knowing exactly which one you have dictates the specific treatment pathway we're going to follow.
Now, what's really interesting here is how the CHEST expert panel categorizes cough severity strictly by a timeline. So if your cough is under 3 weeks old, it's acute, and usually it just stems from your standard viral cold. If it lingers between 3 and 8 weeks, well, you've entered the subacute phase. But the moment it crosses that 8-week mark, it is officially classified as a chronic cough, and that warrants a totally different medical investigation.
And this peer-reviewed clinical manuscript right here from the American College of Chest Physicians confirms that tracking your cough's duration is the absolute first step a doctor uses to narrow down your diagnosis. Time is literally your greatest diagnostic metric. By noting exactly when your symptoms started, you're giving a healthcare professional the exact data they need to apply these management algorithms effectively.
Next up, Section 2, the culprits. What's triggering your cough?
Look, beyond your standard viral infections like the cold or the flu, your persistent symptoms might actually be the result of secondary culprits. We're talking about things like post-nasal drip, unrecognized asthma, or even environmental allergens like pollen and dust mites. What's fascinating is that your lungs might be in perfectly healthy shape, but irritants from somewhere else in your body are just constantly tickling your airway.
In fact, if you find yourself having coughing fits right after a meal, the clinical data points straight to gastroesophageal reflux disease, or GERD. This is a classic case where the root cause isn't even respiratory at all. It's digestive. Stomach acid essentially travels back up your esophagus, irritating your throat and triggering that biological bodyguard to start forcefully coughing. Crazy, right?
Moving on to Section 3, the science of treatment. Let's see what actually works.
Okay, the key to finding relief in the pharmacy aisle is matching the right medicine to your specific symptom. If you've got a wet, productive cough, you're going to want an expectorant, like guaifenesin. That thins out the mucus so your body can expel it much easier. But if you have a dry, hacking cough that's keeping you awake, you need a suppressant, like dextromethorphan, which actually tells your brain's cough center to stand down and stop the reflex entirely.
But you know what's really fascinating? Clinical studies show that a simple spoonful of honey works just as effectively as those over-the-counter medications. No joke. The science behind honey is incredible. It boasts natural antiviral, antifungal, and antibacterial properties. It coats your throat, soothing the irritation physically while potentially fighting off the underlying microbes at the same time.
However, there is a massive caveat here. You must remember the number 1, as in 1 year old. That is the absolute minimum age a child must be before they can safely consume honey. Because of the severe risk of infant botulism, healthcare providers strictly advise against giving honey to babies. For anyone over the age of 1, though, it is a scientifically proven powerhouse.
Now, for those relentless, non-productive fits, techniques like the NHS stop cough method can be an absolute lifesaver. When you feel that dry tickle coming on, instead of giving into a hard, damaging cough, you take small sips of water or just practice a gentle throat clearing. You see, coughing requires a massive amount of physical energy and puts immense pressure on your pelvic floor. So this technique saves your energy and prevents severe muscle strain over time.
And finally, Section 4, nighttime relief, sleeping with a cough.
The science shows that lying flat essentially removes gravity from the equation. Think about it. Throughout the day, you're upright, and any post-nasal drip naturally drains down. But when you lie down to sleep, that mucus just pools right in the back of your throat and your voice box. Your body senses that pooling liquid as a choking hazard, and bam, it triggers a severe nocturnal cough to protect you.
And here's some really interesting laboratory proof regarding your room environment. Adding high humidity to your bedroom air actually neutralizes infectious influence of viruses. A humidifier doesn't just soothe your dry airways, the moisture literally causes airborne virus particles to drop right out of the air faster. That creates a vastly healthier sleeping environment for you.
So, let's combine all these scientific facts into a single, highly actionable nighttime routine. First, physically prop up your pillows to elevate your head and neck. Let gravity fight that postnasal drip for you. Second, take a spoonful of honey to naturally coat and suppress that throat tickle. And finally, turn on that bedside humidifier to add moisture and neutralize those airborne irritants.
Armed with all this incredible scientific evidence, I really have to ask you, are you going to approach your medicine cabinet differently the next time your biological bodyguard goes to work? We so often just assume the most complex chemical answer is the best one. But as the clinical data clearly shows us today, sometimes the absolute smartest medical decision is simply understanding your symptoms, using gravity to your advantage, and relying on nature's most effective treatments. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, here's to a quiet, restful night of sleep.